Yo, this weekend is going to be Sinnoh Tour, and we are going to get down with you guys for the top tips, tricks, and strategies to make you sure you guys maximize out on this event, because there is a ton going on, and you don't want to miss out on any of these shinies, any of this XP, any of this Stardust, and definitely none of these legendaries in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Sinnoh Tour this weekend is going down on 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday, and that's going to go all the way until 6 p.m. So we are going to be grinding for the entire day. So it's going to be a 9 to 5, 10 to 6, whatever work schedule you're going to be doing is what you're going to be putting in this weekend. Hopefully you have already blocked off the calendar because this event is fun, it's exciting, but I'm just going to be straight up with you guys that more than likely you're going to be super hyped to try to get as many shinies as possible, and maybe you will have that luck, but some of you guys will not have that luck as well. So just set your expectations that you're going to go out there, you're going to have fun, you're going to take full advantage of this event, you're going to see as many spawns as possible, but most importantly, you're going to be present in what you're doing, and hopefully you'll be blessed with some shinies. So get your vibration, your energy right, so we can all attract the shinies to us this weekend. And as far as the bonuses going on this weekend, so every single trainer will receive half hatch distance, which is incredible, 6 special trades, half the Stardust for a cost of trades, and there's gonna be no cap, yes, no cap on remote raids, which is gonna be fantastic. I'm so excited for this, guys. I will be streaming on YouTube this weekend and on Twitch, so if you guys do want to check out some of that, we are gonna be hunting the hundos because I absolutely must have these 100% IVs. Alrighty, guys, I got one more thing. We are going live on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. PST. If you guys do want to come around, I have a bunch of Masterwork research codes for you guys to be able to get if you guys want to get Shiny Shaman for free, and I have other giveaways as well. So I will see you guys on Thursday live before we go live for this weekend. So I'll see you there. And let's not forget about Dialga and Palkia in their origin forms that will be out this weekend. And the new attacks will be on them. Roar of Time on the Dialga. And somebody pointed out that when I was explaining the adventure effect of the Roar of Time on the Dialga, they thought that when I meant pause, that they could not activate any of the resources. However, what that means is when you have an incense, a star piece, a lucky egg, or adventure incense on, and you pause it by using candy and stardust, that means that wherever the timer is on the decline, it's pausing it wherever. So if it was at 14 minutes and you put it on the adventure effect, it would stay at 14 minutes until the adventure effect was done with, and then it would continue on counting down. If you guys want to see me in action do that, check it out up here. And not only that, we're going to have some shiny surprises that's coming out with the Pikachu. That's going to have the cap on. We're also going to get the Sinnoh starters if it's the same exact as LA. We're going to have all of them with the white and the red caps on, all of them having shiny forms. They have already all been out, but now is the time to try to get yourself one if you haven't got one. And I just want to remind you guys to make sure to use Party Play. So when Party Play was active during LA, you were able to get Regigigas candy, Regirock candy, Regice candy, and by completing 3 of the challenges with Party Play, you were able to get yourself a Regigigas encounter. So that was what we did get during LA. So if you guys are in the game for that, please make sure to party up, use that party to take down these raids faster, and get yourself some extra Regi candy at the same time that you are playing. And you don't even have to be best friends or even friends with the people to get into their party, which is cool to do. And finally, on the routes, you're able to get the white striped Basculin for the first time ever. So while you are playing in a downtown area, wherever that area is going to be best suited for you guys, you want to be in an area that has a ton of stops. In LA, it was all power-up of Pokemon tasks. I opted out of doing those power-up Pokemon tasks because I don't really want to blow a bunch of Stardust to get encounters with Pokemon. Maybe that was the wrong play, but there was so much going on anyway. It was easy for me to say, okay, well, this doesn't really make sense because I'm not going to keep powering up a Pokemon every single time I get one of these tasks to get other Pokemon encounters. I chose not to do that. If you do that on the field research, I highly suggest that you guys are using level 1 Pokemon to yield you the least amount of Stardust used every single time. That would be the best thing. So if you have a level 1 and then you power it up 5 times, which is what it was asking for, it will cost you 1200 Stardust, as opposed to doing other Pokemon which will cost you so much more if they're above level 1 when starting out. But also in LA, the white striped Basculin was able to be shiny. You could barely see the shiny variant, but it was capable. So I would suggest that in that route, in that downtown area with a lot of stops outside of that main grind area, because you want to keep doing stops, because there wasn't just power up a task, there was also catch Pokemon tasks, which were general Sinnoh tasks packs. So those would allow you to do all the routes throughout the entire city while you are grinding. So keep doing routes. You're able to get 3 Zygarde cells per day. So do those Zygarde cells, collect them, and then all you have to do is just walk the routes as you're grinding. And in LA, we were able to get boosted Basculin encounters. So I would suggest you guys definitely do this. And I can't wait to see you guys get the brand new, I don't know how rare it's going to be, but it seems to be a rare shiny. So with that said, let's start getting into our top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is all about preparation, and then we're going to get into the spawns on the next tip. So the preparation for this event is very important. So for me, Ultra Balls, Great Balls, get as many of those as you possibly can. The reason being is these Pokemon do not have easier to catch rates. So some of them out there, including Pikachu, some of the starters, and other Pokemon are going to be challenging to catch. So the more Great and Ultra Balls you can use when catching these Pokemon is going to make your experience so much easier, because you won't have to keep going back and clicking on a Pokemon if you're using the fast catch animation trick to have to re-encounter that over and over again. There's not really a point to do that if you can help it. So even if you have to dwindle down your red ball count and increase your Great and Ultra Ball count, because I prefer you guys to be catching all of these by hand, that would be the absolute best thing that you could do for yourself. Not only that, if you do want more candy for certain Pokemon, you can use Pineapple Berries, but from my experience, using Pineapple Berries is going to slow your game down, get you less shinies, less Stardust, and less XP. So I would prefer that you guys were using less berries and more catching, because if you just catch 2 of them, you're getting more Stardust, an equal amount of candy, and you don't have to wait to try to go and, switch the berry, click the berry, throw the berry. By the time you did that, if you're using the skip animation trick, which you need to check out up here, it would already have caught you 2 of those Pokemon pretty much for the chance of 1. Or if you're going even more hardcore and you're using the AR catch trick, once again up here, which is going to take it even faster, you're not going to be able to hit excellent throws quite as easy. But if you're just going for Stardust and catches and shiny rates, that will be the absolute easiest and fastest way to be able to encounter those Pokemon. And not only that, guys, we want to delete as many Pokemon out of our bags. Yes, there probably is room for you to upgrade your bag, because now we have the increased capacity of upgrading our bag all the way to 7,800. And the item storage can go all the way to 6,800, but what I suggest to max those out immediately, I would prefer that you guys don't act on that max out, and I would prefer that you start going through your bag and dwindling down what doesn't need to be in there, because more than likely you have things in there that don't need to be in there. Also, trade your Pokemon this week. Get all of them out of your bag as much as you possibly can that you need the XL candy for, because just a reminder, after we end this season, guys, we are no longer going to be getting, more than likely, the guaranteed XL candy regardless of what the distance of trade is. So guys, let's go. All right, man, you got this. You got this. You got this. We're warming up. Let's go. And throughout the weekend, you guys are probably going to be hatching some eggs. So you're going to need egg incubators. You're also going to need star pieces and lucky eggs if you're going to be doing a lot of raiding. There are bonuses in the shop right now. If you guys do want to get the tickets, there's the egg hatch bonus and there's the raid bonus. On the road to the Sinnoh, from the 19th all the way to the 25th, we're going to have 5,000 additional XP. We're going to have 1 additional candy from raids, 2 additional free passes per day from spinning gyms photo stops, and we're also going to get an Eevee mask, 5 Heatran XL candy, Giratina, Cresselia, and Darkrai, and 10 Dialga candy and 10 Palkia candy. And then as far as the hatch, we're getting 2 times hatch XP, 2 times hatch Stardust, 2 times hatch candy, and then included we're getting the Pikachu avatar mask, we're getting 1 super incubator, 4,000 Stardust, and opportunities to encounter Pachirisu, Chatot, Carnivine, and more. And as far as 12-kilometer eggs, right now you guys are, if you have the ticket, you can get the half hatch distance and 2 times hatch Stardust, which seems to be more lucrative than waiting all the way until getting into the Sinnoh event. So I didn't see anywhere where it talked about having increased Stardust coming out of eggs. It talked about trainers everywhere are going to get half hatch distance, but I didn't see anything beyond that. So you guys are going to have to take that into account, but at the same time, there might be. So my goal right now is to get 12-kilometer eggs, hatch all of those with super incubators on a star piece as many times as I can throughout this week, and then have 12 set up going into the Sinnoh tour on Saturday for 10 a.m. And if there is 2 times hatch Stardust, I will put that on and use that just to be safe. So that's pretty much everything we need to know about our prep tips. Now let's get into our spawns of the event in tip 2. There's going to be rotating habitats going on during this event. So we're going to have the bustling boardwalk going from 10 until 11 and then 2 from 3. The spawns of this one are going to include Luca's Hat Pikachu, Dawn's Hat Pikachu, Magnemite, Porygon, Ralts, Piplup, Starly, Bidoof, Trash, Burmy, Buizel, Shellost, East and West, Drifloon, Glameow, and Finneon. As far as meta attackers coming in here, we do have a Magnezone from the Magnemite, which actually is pretty decent as far as an electric attacker. Not the best, but the Shadow is the best there. Then we also have the Ralts, which is going into Mega Gardevoir, which is a pretty strong fairy type attacker. It's actually the top fairy type in the game right now, so it's definitely something that you want to have at least 296 XL Candy to max out that one as a Mega. Also, that's eventually going to have a Mega Gallade, but unfortunately the Mega Gallade will not be strong enough to be able to compete. But as far as PvP goes, the Magnezone is best in the Great League at rank 83 in the Shadow, but also 105 in the non-Shadow at a 0-13-15. In the Ultra League, we have the Staraptor, which is actually going to be in a Shadow at rank 35, and that's pretty much going to be it for that. Then we have the Ancient Grove, which is going from 11 till 12, and from 3 until 4. The spawns are going to be Akari's Kerchief Hat Pikachu, Ray's Cat Pikachu, Hisuian Growlithe, Hisuian Voltorb, Tangela, Eevee, Misdreavus, Nosepass, Roselia, Turtwig, Kricketot, Plant Burmy, Combee, Cherubi, and Bronzer. So for Stardust, we are looking at the Combee. It is a Stardust boosted Pokemon, and if it is windy weather or rainy weather, you're going to get an increased amount of Stardust for that Pokemon, so beware if that's going to happen. As far as meta-relevant Pokemon, nothing great here, but PvP, we have some. We're going to have the Umbreon in the Great League with Snarl, Foul Play, and Last Resort at 0-15-15. Then in the Ultra League at rank 99 with the same moveset, and that's going to be all 100% IVs. Best rank for the Sylveon is 97 in the Master League, and that's going to do it for this specific habitat. Then we are going to have Toxic Dig, so that's going from 12 until 1 and from 4 until 5. With Lucas Hat Pikachu and Dawn's Hat, once again, we're going to have Apom, Yanma, Gligar, Duskull, Shinx, Krandos, Shieldon, Burmy, Stunky, Gibble, Hippopotas, Skorupi, and Krogun. So as far as meta attackers, the Gibble going into the Garchomp is absolutely fantastic. That is a very powerful Mega Pokemon, very relevant, and the Shadow is out there as well, so getting extra XL Candy for that here is going to be valid for us. Not only that, we're going to have the Cranidos going into Rampardos. Rampardos is really good, but it's also very glassy. Not my favorite Pokemon to use, but you may be able to use it. As far as PvP goes, we are going to be getting Gligar, best ranked in the Great League in the Shadow at rank 3, 19 in the non-Shadow, Wing Attack, Aerial Ace, and Dig at a 0-15-12. Then we are also going to have the Gliscor, ranked 41 in the Shadow, 82 in the non-Shadow in the Great League, and then also in the Ultra League, better ranked at 24 with Wing Attack, Night Slash, and Earthquake at 0-14-15. Then we're going to have the Bastiodon, ranked 12 with Smackdown, Stone Edge, and Flamethrower at a 0-15-14. And then finally in the Master League, Garchomp ranked 37, Mudshot, Outrage, and Earth Power, which is the Comday move. And we can get the Toxicroak best ranked in the Ultra League at rank 79 at Counter, Mud Bomb, and Shadow Ball at a 0-15-12. Which then leads us to the Geothermal Lagoon, which is our last habitat that we have from 1 until 2, and then repeated again at 5 until 6. We're going to be getting both of the Akari in the Rays, Pikachu Cap, Lickitung, Rhyhorn, Magmar, Eevee, Togetic, Murkrow, Hisuian Quillfish, Hisuian Sneasel, Swinub, Snorunt, Chimchar, Baneri, and Snover. So as far as our top meta attackers, we do have ourselves Rhyhorn going into Rhyperior, which is a pretty powerful rock attacker with the moveset of Rock Wrecker, which is going to be the Comday move. Togekiss is going to be a pretty powerful fairy type budget counter, and then finally we're going to have Swinub going all the way into Mamoswine, which is very good, but the Shadow is going to be better even though this Pokemon is a little bit glassy. Starting out in the Great League, we have Lickitung with Lick Body Slam, which is a Elite TM move, and Power Whip at an 8-14-15 at level 50. And then in the Ultra League, it's ranked 73 as Licky with Body Slam, Elite TM move again at a 0-14-15. Both of those need almost all the XL Candy, so that is quite an investment there. Then we have the Rhyperior at rank 71 with Mud Slap, Breaking Swipe, and Rock Wrecker. And then in the Master League all as well, we have Togekiss with Charm, Ancient Power, and Aura Sphere. And then we have the Sneasler. Shadow is better, but 78 for the non-Shadow at Shadow Claw, Close Combat, and Aerial Ace. And that one's best ranked in the Ultra League at a 2-15-15. And then in the Master League, we have the Mamoswine, rank 30, Powder Snow, Avalanche, High Horsepower, and the Great League Obama Snow, 86, Powder Snow, Icy Wind, and Energy Ball at a 0-15-15. And then in the Ultra League, it's at 51, same exact moveset, at a 3-15-14 at level 50. And don't forget that that Obama Snow can also go all the way into the Mega, which is a pretty good ice type attacker. Not the best ice type in the game, but it does serve as a grass and a ice dual type Mega, which is powerful. And then don't forget that we are having unknowns coming from the incenses, so you're going to want to have an incense on for the entire 8 hours here. In the Bustling Boardwalk and the Toxic Digs, we are getting S-I-N-O and H. And in the Ancient Grove and the Geothermal Lagoon, we are getting S-I-H and U. So with that said, which Mega would I suggest using? Well, I only really have one Mega that I'm highly going to recommend, and that is going to be Mega Rayquaza. Hopefully you guys have listened to me and you have Mega Level 3 Rayquaza, because that will serve you so well during this event, because it is going to boost all of our dragon, flying, psychic Pokemon. And there are a lot of those out there. So not only are you going to boost all of the raids that you're going to get for the extra XL candy, you're looking at Gibble. You are also looking at other Pokemon such as Gligar, which requires XL candy. And then there's some great psychic type Pokemon like Ralts that's going to be covered overall. If you don't have that, I still suggest using any of the dragon types that you guys have out there. You may want to pair a dragon with something else that you find valuable that you need XL candy for here. Those could be Megaladios or Megaladias, which is going to be psychic as well as dragon type. So if you want psychic type XL candy from some of those Pokemon out there, that would serve you well. Also, you can use a Mega Salamence. I do like a lot of the flying types that are out there, including Gligar, because it's a little bit rarer of one. Not the most effective, but it does serve, and you can use that. Also, you could go for Mega Charizard X if you do need any type of fire XL candy out there in combination with dragon, or you could even go electric in dragon if you're going to use Mega Ampharos, or grass in dragon if you were going to use Mega Sceptile. So there's tons of options out there for you guys, but I would definitely keep Mega Level 3 as dragon the first priority, especially if you're going after Origin Form Dialga, Origin Form Palkia, the regular Dialga, the regular Palkia, because that's going to yield you the most XL candy when raiding. And since you are doing a premium resource play, you might as well receive the best resources that you can possibly get. So those are all the spawns, which then leads us into tip 3. Tip 3 is all about eggs. Okay, guys, I'm gonna make this super simple for you guys. If you want to check out my egg graphic at the Trainer Club with 2 Bs, will serve you best because I am going to tweet it again for you guys. This is going to be my graphic that will help you guys with egg hatches. So we're gonna have 2-kilometer eggs, we're gonna have 5-kilometer eggs, we're gonna have 10-kilometer eggs, all of the 100% IV, so you won't even need to know. Is all you have to do is set it to your home screen lock graphic on your phone. Make sure to share it with everybody so they have it. And I'm also going to include Dialga 100% IV, Origin Form and regular form, as well as Palkia, so you have everything that you need to know about the most important numbers. So you don't have to write them down, you don't have to remember them. But the one thing that I always remember is 567 for that Riolu. And then we have the Dialga and the Palkia and everything like that. But guys, it's super easy. You don't even have to remember any of these graphics. But if you want to remember them, let's go over the graphic. Origin Form Dialga 2337 or weather boosted in snow or windy weather 2921. As far as the Palkia Origin Form 2367 or 2958, when that one's going to be boosted in windy weather or rainy weather. As far as the Shaman, 1399 will be the hundo. The Rotom will be 870. As far as the Dialga, 2307 or 2884. Palkia 2280 or 2850. And then as far as the 2-kilometer egg hatch, we have 713 on the Mantike, 489 on the Badoo, 574 for the Chingling, 744 for the Bonsly, 626 for the Mine Jr., 212 for the Happiny, 1081 for the Munchlax, 567 for the Riolu. 5-kilometer egg, 635 for the Gibble, 657 for the Stunky, 1220 for the Hisuian Quillfish, and then 577 for the Hisuian Voltorb. And then we're gonna get for the 10-kilometer egg, 693 for the Pachirisu, 1023 for the Chatot, 1233 for the Carnivine, and 888 for the Spiritomb. We're almost there, guys. Come on, stay with me. Let's go. And then we're gonna have alternating raids coming on the hour. So starting at 10 until 11, we're gonna have certain raids, and they're gonna alternate every other hour. So then from 11 until 12, we're having the other raids. So the first hour is going to be regular raids. The second hour is going to be our Origin Form raids, as well as the Hisuian 3-star raids if you need any of these. So hour number 1 is going to be Turtwig, Piplup, and Chimchar in 1-star raids, Torterra, Infernape, and Empoleon in 3-star raids, and then we're getting Dialga and Palkia in 5-star raids. But then we're going to switch it up. From the opposite hours, Cyndaquil, Oshawott, as well as Rowlet. In tier 3 raids, we're going to get the Hisuian, Typhlosion, Samurott, as well as Decidueye. And then in tier 5 raids, we are going to be getting the Origin Form Dialga and Palkia. And we're getting all of the brand new shinies that are going to be amazing. Man, these shinies look incredible. And then the Hisuian shinies that are going to be out as well. The Voltorb going all the way into the Electrode, and the Hisuian Quillfish going into the Overquill. So man, those shinies look absolutely great. And let's not forget about the Masterwork Research, which if you do not already have it, it's going to be $5 in the shop. The one thing about this one, guys, is I highly suggest you guys power through this as fast as possible. Focus on this research, power through it. The reason being is after you get through all of your Sinnoh research, if that is going to be what's lined up for the weekend like it was last weekend, you guys are going to change over into the Masterwork Research, and you're going to have to catch 492 of each of the 4 regions all the way up until Sinnoh, which is going to include Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh. So 492 of each of those Pokemon caught not in those regions, so getting there as fast as possible and powering through it is going to be your guaranteed encounter with Shiny Shaman. Remember, $13.99 is going to be the 100% IV on that. And so as far as I know, that pretty much covers everything that I can hold in the capacity of my brain to help you guys out. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a long video. You might need to watch it multiple times, but definitely share it with whoever is playing because I don't want anybody to miss out on anything that's going on. And then finally, we have the Rotom research. So the research is going to be Oh You Found Me, entered into the Pokemon Go web store, starting off with a 0 for all of the O's and a 3 for the me. So it's 0H, Y, 0U, F0, UND, M3, Oh You Found Me, which will unlock at the Pokemon Go web store. If you don't know what it is, the website, just Google it, and it will unlock you a Rotom research to encounter the Rotom that can be shiny. So that's gonna do it, everybody. Thank you for being here as always. Love and appreciate all you guys. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody take your support, subscription, and participation to next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.